Simon & Schuster Audio presents The Goodbye Café by Mariah Stewart, read by Joy Osmanski. Chapter 1. At the earliest light of a summer day that promised to be even hotter than the record-breaking heat of the day before, Allie Hudson Monroe made her quiet way through the otherwise deserted streets of Hidden Falls, Pennsylvania. She strode with purpose, a large canvas bag over her shoulder, toward the intersection of Hudson Street and Main, where she crossed, and once on the other side, entered the Sugarhouse, the 1920s Art Deco theater that was her family's legacy. Built by her great-grandfather and bequeathed to her and her two sisters by their father, Franklin Fritz Hudson, the Sugarhouse had been boarded up for years. Since Fritz had specified in his will that his three daughters had to live together in the family home on Hudson Street and restore the theater before they could receive their generous individual inheritances, his wish had actually been more of an ultimatum. Only the thought of receiving the promised windfall could have coaxed Allie to leave her California home and face the heat and humidity of a summer spent in the Pocono Mountains, along with her estranged sister, Des, and her newly discovered half-sister, Cara. Fortunately, life in Hidden Falls had turned out to be much more interesting than Allie had ever imagined. She and Des were on their way to burying long-held resentments on both their parts, and she'd found Cara, whose mother may or may not have been married to their father, the paperwork on that being a little shady, to be amicable and open to their new relationship. Best of all, perhaps, was discovering their father had a sister they'd never met. Their aunt, christened Bonnie, but called Barney by just about everyone who knew her, was delightful, welcoming, and loving to her nieces. While Allie was still finding her way, navigating carefully through these new relationships, she was also finding untapped riches within herself. She'd even found herself a little short on the snark that had been one of her least endearing personality traits. Maybe even a kinder, gentler Allie, though nothing was a sure thing. As she'd done for the past week, after stepping inside the theater, Allie left the front door unlocked for the contractors who were working on the building. She turned on only enough lights to guide her to her destination, the scaffold that had been erected in the middle of the lobby.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?